Hi, friends. I'm Pamela Poole, and I live an amazing life as an artist and an author. And I combined those two hobbies, callings, whatever you want to refer to them as, um, in another book that is being released today. And it is called The Dark Passage. This is the cover on Kindle. And I don't have one because it's released today. I don't actually have a print version in my hands to be able to show you the cover up close. But it is an illustration I did of an hourglass because that's one of the signature items throughout the Strange Sand series. And now and then the characters will mention the strange sands that are sifting through the hourglass in their lives as things that are all connected that you think are in the past are still connected and happening in spiritual warfare in your lives currently. All Christians go through this. If you're a Christian and you are not experiencing spiritual warfare, then you might want to reevaluate some things about how you interact with the world and about your relationship with the Lord, quite frankly. This series has 3 books before the release today, and I've already done a video on those, so I'm not going to go into that except just to introduce you because they will come up whenever you pick up that the pages that have the new release on them. Hopefully, if the distributors are doing their jobs, these are all going to be in the same place. If you've watched the videos before, you know that I have, these are novellas, so they're not very thick, about 30 to 35,000 words. They're meant to be an afternoon read or an evening read when you come home from work. The old cedar chest these all happen in the Low Country. The old cedar chest is in Hilton Head. The next one in the series is The Hidden Hallway, about a house that I have been past and painted a picture of in Savannah. And The Freedom Staircase, which is it's based on a real plantation that I have been to, historic plantation in Charleston, South Carolina. And it actually brings to a conclusion an unresolved thread that is going through the first 3 books. And so I went ahead and collected it for some of my friends who like a collector's edition into a hard copy. It's the first 3 books because they are all related to a thread that's moving through. However, that doesn't mean the series is over. And so book 4, I have been working on for 2 years. And is only recently, excuse me just a second, I got it. When I broke my heel in just a weird situation at a pool party for my grandson, I faced 12 weeks of recovery time. And I admit, I don't doubt the Lord for the plans that I was making, some things that were important to me that I ended up not being able to do. And I didn't doubt his purpose, but I did pout. And some of you may know what I'm talking about. It's not that you don't trust the Lord to get you through the things that change your plans, but you just wonder if you were on the wrong path anyway, or all kinds of things come to mind to make you doubt yourself. But it did force me to say, okay, I have been wanting extra time, right? I have it now. I don't like the way I got it, but I have extra time. So I'm going to do the things I know I'm called to do. And that would be finish this 4th book and start the 5th book, which already has all the research done. All I got to do is sit down and write it. So I did get everything together, and in just the last few weeks have gotten the Dark Passage distributed and released today. And I'm very glad to be over that hurdle and ready to conquer the next one, because I've got about 6 or 7 more weeks of recovery time left before I can put any weight on that foot. So we'll see what happens, what the Lord can do with that time. I'm going to try to make the most of it and be faithful and a good steward. One of the things I always do, those of you that follow me on my artist channel or as an author, you know that I combine art with my books, and I just can't help it. And one of the things that I did last Inktober was this pith helmet. It was a sketch from a display that I saw at the Gaylord in Orlando, I believe it was. And it got my attention. I took a photo and then I did a sketch of it. And it just works perfectly with this series because in this book is going to be the Dark Passage. I'm talking about the fourth book. An explorer who he's aging, he's retired, he doesn't do this anymore. But in the days when people still did exploring and you didn't use satellite or navigation, this explorer went around the world helping some missionary teams and other companies and other people into unreached places. And so he's going to come home and he brings something with him that was a mistake and he didn't realize it. And so you'll see how all that is resolved through reading the story. And I'll read you a little back book description as well. But I just wanted to explain to you how that pith helmet came into play. And it is in the book. It's inserted into the book, that illustration. And because for some of you are too young to know what a pith helmet is. But historically, there have been times when a pith helmet was standard fare. Anytime you saw a movie about an adventure or exploration, you saw people with a pith helmet wearing a pith helmet. And British troops as well, when they were doing exploration and conquering, creating colonies in their time, Victorian times, a pith helmet was standard issue for the troops. So, and there's been a lot of versions over the years, but the version that I have that I drew is the one that's in the book. And so that sort of is the expression of the explorer who is represented in the book. Also, I want to keep this short, but I just wanted to tell you really quickly that, everything that I do in my books is from a real interview that I had or a real story that I heard from missionaries, something that has happened that is real. And then, yes, I do take it and I weave it into fiction in a way that keeps the anonymity of the person I interviewed or that I heard in a presentation or a message. So this series is a good place to put unusual, unexplainable things. Not everyone is comfortable with that. A lot of Christian readers only want to hear traditional stuff, romance and that sort of stuff. This series is fresh in that it deals with modern reality. And for people who don't realize that the supernatural things of yesterday are now today's news headlines, this series might help ease you into some new reality here. And the spiritual warfare that's going on all around us and seems to be increasing. So many people now are starting to talk about it because it's so common now for unusual, almost bizarre things that happen to just be, okay, what's it going to be today? It's coming all the time. And it's not the way life used to be. So this might be, for those of you that know what's going on, this is going to be a great book. For those of you that just need a little bit of initiation, this is a good one to try as well. It is clean and family friendly, as all my books are. I don't use bad language. I don't use anything that is offensive unless you're offended by people who actually act like Christians instead of some of the Christian books I read that they act like the world, and you might get a mention of a prayer somewhere. They might have said a prayer in a desperate situation, but you never see them live their lives the way Christian would, and they date like the world and interact like the world. So this book is not like that. So I can say that my books are different from the typical fare on the market. And yes, my covers are different. I did do the illustration for the cover of Strange Sand's Dark Passage right now, the hourglass with the strange sand flowing through it. I don't like book covers that have pictures of these beautiful women and situations on the front. That turns me off. So my books look a little different, and no, they aren't like the mass market things that would sell hotcakes because of the cover design. So hopefully it's intriguing enough that you will like it. And I definitely think if you get to the inside, you will, you may not be able to put it down. So, all right, I want to read to you the description of the back cover, and try to cut this off then and just let you know the best place to find the links that you want and all the information that you want behind the scenes with Strange Sands would be my website, author website at southernskypublishing.com. There's a few free downloads and things, but definitely you'll find the book links and all the book back matter that would help you decide if the description is your cup of tea or not your cup of tea. All right, let me grab my reading glasses here. And I'm going to read to you. I usually do either 3 words or 3 phrases as a tagline for my books. Sometimes that helps with the promotion on a poster or something short and quick that people can relate to. All right. A bizarre souvenir from far away, an explorer's painting of a pagan ritual, an evil presence unlimited by time and space. This unusual faith-filled novella series is about the challenges faced by an architectural historian when the unseen realm affects her client's properties. In Dark Passage, an aging adventurer named Doran Marlowe once served as a guide for missionary teams to reach unreached people groups. His unusual travel souvenirs are kept in a shuttered passage from his rambling house to his art studio, where his paintings begin to take on a bizarre, unearthly character. His sister, Mary Lou, has retired from the mission field, discouraged and questioning her life's work. She returns to Bluffton, South Carolina, to live with her brother. They hired Mercedes Ellison for paperwork to remodel the historic building. Mercedes is spending the summer in a nearby cottage, still hoping for boring clients, as she plans her upcoming wedding. When she hears Mary Lou screaming on the veranda of Marlowe House and runs to help her, she's plunged into another bizarre mystery. Did a menacing presence follow her from a dig site she worked in the past? So this is going to give you a little bit of clue. For those who have followed the series, you know that Mercedes Ellison's fiance is a former archaeologist, now turned antiquities advisor, consultant, trying to stay off the dig site circuit. And there was a time when she was young and he was young that their families were working together on a dig site near Cusco, Peru. And something strange happened to her there. And so that is what is meant whenever in the description we're saying, did something follow her from her past? So if you want to check out and see what happens with Mercedes Ellison and how she gets out of this next hot spot that she finds herself into as she tries to live a boring life, then Dark Passage might be for you. So look for the Strange Sand series, book for the Dark Passage, and that's the new release that's out today. You can find it on all booksellers. It's actually in process also with Apple audiobooks. My other novels are on there, and novellas are on there as well. So maybe by the time they get it up, you can have finished the series if you like audiobooks. All right. Just check out any of the booksellers or southernskypublishing.com, and you can find links to find out where you can get The Dark Passage, or start from the beginning and read the whole series, so you'll kind of know. Each novella it's a complete story, but if you really want to get into some background and know the history, then you'll need to start with The Old Cedar Chest. All right, until next time, talk to you later. Bye-bye.